Romanticism was an artistic, literary, musical, and intellectual movement that originated in Europe toward the end of the 18th century. The approximate peak of the Romantic era was at around 18,000 to 1850. People like Wordsworth, Shelley, Keats, and Byron were the ones who really drove the Romantic era. And they were the ones who have changed the world to what it is now. Paintings like Stormy Coasting After a Shipwreck, poems like My Heart Leaps Up, and lastly, music like Moonlight Sonata were all perfect representations of the Romantic era. The painting Stormy Coasting After a Shipwreck by Horace Vernet is a great representation of art during the Romantic era. In this painting, you can see that there is an injured girl who is getting rescued and a man who is desperately trying to grab hold onto a rock. This painting shows that nature is powerful and you should respect it despite its beauty. An example of this is that the height of the waves and rocks make it seem like humans are nothing but insects compared to nature. If we look at the clouds above, we can see that they are probably in a storm because of the eye of the storm you could see. The jagged rocks and wavy lines make it seem like the situation is dangerous, and it gives off an ominous feeling with no bright colors. This is one of the great examples of what art was like during the Romantic era. The poem My Heart Leaps Up by William Wordsworth was also a great display of the Romantic era being written in 1802. It is a poem about the joy he felt when he saw a rainbow, and in the poem, he notes that he felt that way since his childhood. In his last sentence, bound each to each by natural piety. Piety in that sentence is actually a geometrical pun that symbolizes continuity and infinity. Harold Bloom, a literature critic at Yale University, has said that the rainbow in Noah and Wordsworth's poem both symbolize the survival of mankind. This poem expresses romanticism through emotions and nature. Most of the music during the era were romanticism based. The music would speak to you through emotions and nature. The song being played right now is actually called Moonlight Sonata by Beethoven, written and composed in 1801. Beethoven believed that music should stress emotion over anything else. He himself has said, "Music should strike fire from the heart of man and bring tears from the eyes of the woman." Moonlight Sonata can be described as a boat passing the wild scenery of a lake in the moonlight. This song shows how music affected romanticism and made what we have now. We should appreciate and understand romanticism because of many reasons. Romanticism is actually what started off Gothic stories, which leads to genres like horror and science fiction. Without romanticism, we wouldn't be here watching horror movies that could provide us thrills. Frankenstein was an important part of romanticism because it posed a great question of, can we control what we create? Looking at our world now, we have computers and phones, but hacking is still something that could happen. With nuclear weapons, how long will it be until someone just sets off a bomb out of nowhere and unexpected? Also, social media. Terrorist groups like ISIS could recruit people around the world. They could recruit people around the world with the apps we use today. Reasons like these are why we should understand what the Romantic era is and appreciate it for all the things it's given us.